What's poppin', Rattle mates? How we doing? Hold that thought. All right, happy Sunday. Welcome to the ER playground. For those who do not know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Snake. No, not a medical doctor, a soul surgeon. Here, I believe movement is medicine, and our philosophy is pretty simple. We believe issues are in the tissues. And you've probably seen Rattlebones, and he is my higher self, my inner child. And this is the OR. And what I mean by OR, this is my own open reflection. And if there's any soul that ever wants to create something, maybe this will motivate you, give you permission, because here we don't need permission. What a journey. So this, I'm even getting goosebumps already. Wow. Oh, did I say who I am? Yeah, I did say who I am. Okay. This is raw. This is no script. This is all just channeling, just like how we move our body in the ER playground. And ER also means embodied release, because I believe, just in my background in healthcare, I have seen what happens when you don't move the body. Diseases, access, weight. But to go a little bit deeper, the inner child. And what I mean by the inner child, because ICU here means inner child unlock. And let's just use an example. Let me think. Inner child would be basically living unapologetically, as if we did when we were younger. Wearing whatever we wanted, moving our bodies however we wanted, not really giving a rat's ass. And here we are bringing that all back. So this is my own personal little story of just what I've been building the last 4 years, and it has been fucking difficult. Huh, buddy? And this is also pretty, the synchronicity. I used to watch Wishbone when I was a kid. About, like, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. And fast forward, my dog, Brody, literally looks like Wishbone. Here's my puppy. Come on, Papa. You're a good boy. I feel like he got into something that he wasn't supposed to. He's acting a little strange. You all right, bud? You okay? What? What is it, Papa? Brody is a half Chihuahua, half Jack Russell. And he really reminds me of Wishbone. Oh, bud. He's a good boy. Okay, and here we have Orion. He's half Labradoodle. Okay. I love animals. And it's interesting about animals because they just shake off their energy. And that's what we do here. We rattle off whatever doesn't align with us anymore. At least that's what I do. Okay, so this is kind of like show and tell for my own self. But when I first started this journey, I was just telling myself, I need to move my body. I am just exhausted from trying to do it at, how can I say this? I was exhausted trying to do the whole studio thing. I've done it, and if you've done it, maybe you get it, but this is behind the scenes. And I'm also like really finding a lot of data that goes on behind the scenes. And so part of that is like with, I don't know, Hollywood, like all this stuff that goes on behind the scenes and just like, oh. But this is kind of like behind the scenes. And so behind the scenes of trying to have a dance studio at the time was very frustrating for me because I don't think, how can I say this? I don't think Venom, and when I say Venom, I mean the low vibration, the Matrix, I don't think they get what it really takes to build a business and to show up when you really don't want to show up, or having the feeling that you have to depend on someone. I'll give you an example. So all the studios that I rented out, I had to get a code. And how that would work is they will text me the code and it would give me really, 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 really high anxiety because I like to have a key where I can just open the door. I don't have to worry about a code. And mates, let me just tell you, I can't tell you how many times where I'm literally at the door and I have people showing up and I can't get in. My heart's like bump, 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 bump. Or this last couple of times, this last studio I was at, the landlord overslept and I was late getting into my class. Can you imagine? You have these people getting ready to move their bodies, they're all excited, and you can't even get into the studio. And then there's just other things that go with it, like liability. I mean, I can't tell you, because I'm human, right? We are human here. And I can't tell you how many times I forgot to have someone sign a liability. I mean, it might sound small, but I feel like in this time of age, everyone wants to sue everyone. And so a liability is very important because the floor is slippery and people can fall and hurt themselves. So there's just a lot that you have to, me personally, that I'm constantly thinking about. That I bring the pens, that I collect money, and there was times, I can't tell you how many times, I forgot to collect the money. So my brain is just always. So for once, mates, I've created a place where I don't have to think. I don't have to worry about, oh, are they showing up? Are they not showing up? Hold on, my family's leaving. Let me say goodbye. Hold on. Oops. In the meantime, let me show you the ER playground. My dogs are acting very interesting, and I have goosebumps all over my arm. So energetically, there's something happening. But this is the playground. Yeah, look at your beautiful self. BRB. Okay. And where was I? Brody, what the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, so back to my OR reflection. Okay, so where was I at? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, I was just getting very frustrated at the studio, especially when I wasn't even calling them rattlers at the time, clients, they would say, oh yeah, we'll be there, and then they don't show up, and then Venom would slither in my ear, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that. And I was just tired of feeling that way. So I was getting really stir crazy because movement is my medicine. And when I stopped doing that, I started feeling it in my body. So I just needed to create my playground. Hint, what I'm about to show myself and whoever else is watching. So right now, it's kind of like our little show and tell. And it's pretty cool because the inner child, I think about show and tell when I think about my inner child, like middle school, elementary school, preschool. So anyway, right now I'm in a leadership program, and I had to, what do I have to do? I made my own rattle experiment, rattle R experiment, rattle, release, rewire. And I have 2 rattlers that are actually coming to this physical location that I'm at right now. And it's a 6-hour process, but each client or rattler, I have to be with them for 3 hours. So with that being said, it's first day is the bite. What was the bite? What was the venom that made you stop creating, whatever that is for you? Singing, writing, building. For me, it's moving. And I really thought this was interesting because being in healthcare, especially when I worked in behavioral health, I really saw it a lot. When we were getting adults and adolescents, they would have to strip down everything and they would have to walk around in gowns. And it was interesting to see that process. But fast forward to where I'm at now, we strip the ego, because it's not about status, money, fame, all of that. No. We drop all of that, because this is why I put on this beautiful fashion gown, because it's about, we are equal here. We are one here. So this is the gown that myself and the other rattlers wear that do this experiment with me, because I feel like, this is my own personal reflection, I feel like if I walk into a doctor's office and I see them in their lab coat, I might feel like this. Oh, they're doctors, and oh, right? But I feel like if I put a gown on, it represents, oh, you're in a gown, I'm in a gown. We're one, right? There's not, you're above me or I'm above you. We're equal. That's the first order of business. And then the second time we meet, we go into the autopsy. We start creating the rattle suit. So, last Wednesday, I had my first rattler. And, oh my God, amazing.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye! Okay. And so, the mate would come in here, right? And they have this beautiful board right here. And the first thing they see is the non-feeling words. Like abandonment, abused, attacked, belittled, betrayed, blamed, bullied, sad, hurt, frustrated. So these are just some really powerful feeling words, because I think communication is very important. And in this leadership training that I'm actually in, non-violent communication, I didn't even know that was a thing. But yeah, you can actually have a conversation with someone where you don't have to yell. Isn't that beautiful? So anyway, now we move over here. And this is where the mate would go change, do their thing. And right here I have some really fabulous jackets. So I'll explain. This jacket I got in Las Vegas. And it was right, and look at it now, look at the bones. I didn't even know, I wasn't even, rattle bones and Dr. Snake bones, it wasn't even a thing. But here I am, breadcrumbs, bones. Anyway, I got this really cool jacket in Las Vegas. And I'm not one to like splurge on like clothes and stuff. Part of it because it was never really my thing growing up. But I wanted to treat myself, and I did. So this is the rattle suits. And the first rattle suit, and I wasn't even calling them rattle suits. I literally, let's get some better lighting. All right, we're going in here. Oops. All right. I literally got the first rattle suit at Spirit Halloween. And I went to my neighbor's Halloween party. And again, not even thinking about rattle bones or anything of that nature. I just got it going with the flow. Right? And then, what really started the venom was, well, this is not matched, but guess what? I don't care. Because our inner child, do you think we gave a crap what matched? No. I'm feeling it, I'm vibing with it. Anyway, so I was actually on TikTok Live, and Venom slithered in, being Venom, and said, you should go put a shirt back on. You need to go back to the gym. Something rude and just like, I can't even, it's just really hard for my brain to even come to terms how that language is even allowed on these social media platforms, because thank God I am at a higher state of mind, because I think this is more like the behind the scenes. I don't think social media sees the harm. If someone says you're ugly or lose some weight, you don't know what that person's going through. So it's just mind-boggling how that language is communicated. So hence why we have comments off, because I've been through enough violence in my life. And not only that, what if my mates, the rattle mates, want to move their body and they see, bro, what the F? It can be triggering. And what the F here means witness the frequency. Anyway, I was moving my body. No, I was shirtless, and Venom said, put a shirt back on, and my heart literally was like, because it's interesting, because one, the venom, I don't see what this venom looks like. It's easy to throw tomatoes, right? But what really got me was being in this leadership program that I'm in. The second module that I was in, it was on a Friday, and we had a workshop where my cohort, we were broken up into groups, and we had to go, we had to be up in the middle, and then we had to talk about things about our bodies. And what I talked about was all my tattoos. And so, but each story was different. And there were moms kind of just stating that, you know, they had, well, I say that you know, but you probably don't. If this lands, there were mothers who had kids and they don't feel confident, they don't feel sexy in their bodies anymore. Or I had brothers that just been through abuse, or brothers that are just having health issues. So I didn't think any of that was funny, and there was really no dry eye in that container. So I just don't understand, why does venom attack the flesh? Is that your real hair? Is this? That's why we were bone here. And bone equals truth. Underneath this flesh, we're bone. So anyway, this is what happened. I literally saw that comment from Venom, and I went, I literally ran to ran to my closet, and in my closet I have a mirror, because my body's my everything. And sure, I will admit, after I lost my dad, I stopped running, I stopped moving, I was paralyzed. And I think that's normal. And then I came to the realization where I don't want to feel paralyzed anymore. And the only thing that I knew how to do back then when trauma struck was to move. And that's why I created this playground where I don't have to be in teacher mode. I'm just over that. There's just so much. I just want to play. I just want to move. And honestly, I don't care how that looks. Anyway, so I ran to the closet. I looked at my body, and I was like, wait a second. Make sure I know where I'm. All right. I'm like, I'm not fat? What are they talking about? But just like that, it happened so quickly. But then I go into a deeper, what if someone actually thought they were fat, right? And they go in the bathroom and throw up, right? It happens. Or you say they're fat and they start to just down a thing of tequila. Again, words are powerful. So anyways, I said no more about the skin. I need to do something where the skin is not even a thing. And that's where rattle bones really started to come into play, because it's the bone, it's the energy, and I feel like the skin is so taboo. You can just pick. But if we're bone, what is there left to pick? So, this is the ER playground, embody release playground. And this is where we rattle off whatever it is. And for me, normally it's joy, creativity, grief, frustration, excitement, suppression, you name it, we rattle it. But this is where you are your own surgeon. That's why we are soul surgeons. Now, does this ring a bell to all the Power Ranger lovers? Where are you at? It rings a bell to me because Tommy, rest in peace. Oh, while I'm there, RIP here means remember. Innocent play. Yeah, that's what we do here. Play all day. So the Power Rangers, right? That was a thing. I grew up on the Power Rangers. I'm 36, so that was like my jam. And it's just interesting kind of studying the Power Rangers. That's what I do. I study artists. I watch them. I remember being, I don't know. I remember the first time seeing Britney Spears, because I love her. I love Michael, Prince, Elvis, Al Green, Bob Marley, Whitney, Mariah, Celine. Oh, God, the list just goes on. But anyway, my point of the matter is I remember watching Michael and Britney for the first time, very young. And, you know, I feel like most times people are watching, or kids are watching TV like this. But when I saw Britney and Michael on the MTV, I was just like, whoa, yeah, let's go. And it just hit me like a jolt of lightning. It was the energy, the freedom of just being unapologetically you. And that is what we do here. And the reason why I really love using our inner child, because I feel that's when we were the freest, maybe the safest, and then something along the line happened. So that's why you see Rattlebones, my profile. That's my inner child. That's me just being my beautiful, unapologetic self. And that is, when my dad adopted me when I was 4, that's all I did was play outside for hours, barefoot, feet dirty, don't even give a crap. Popsicle all over me, and just, you remember that, mates? Like just being so free in your body. Well, that's what I do here. I just truly let go. And the artists that I love, like I just stated, Britney, Michael, they look so free. At least in the music videos. But as we see outside of that, I don't know if they're as free as we thought. Paparazzi chasing you all the time, no thanks. People taking pictures of you without your permission and then making up these horrible stories about you, no thanks. No, thanks. But anyway, inspiration. And then all right, more inspiration. When I was at Liberty High School in Virginia, our mascot was an eagle. And I remember talking to a cheerleader coach. I'm like, oh my God, I want to be the mascot so bad. It looks so much fun. And like just hanging out with the cheerleaders and just like being in that vibe. And I think I had a tryout. I don't really remember. It was so long ago. But this is where the synchronicity comes in. Literally, I've been really trying to figure out the colors of Rattlebone's suit, and why does Spider-Man keep happening? Like, why does he keep popping up in my brain? But a deeper story with Spider-Man is that I don't know if anyone has any brothers or sisters, and younger brothers or sisters, and you were like, stay out of my room. And I was just like one of those, I don't know, pet peeves. I did not like my siblings going in my room. They would mess up my things and go through my shit. And I feel like every time I left for school, I had that feeling those little kids are in my room, jumping on my bed, just, being toddlers or being little brothers and sisters. And so, moral to that story, my brother Carter, he loved Spider-Man. Kind of almost like I loved Power Rangers. Like I remember he would want to be Spider-Man for Halloween. And anyway, we had a 2-story house. And my sister, Carly, she was in my window. And my brother, he pushes my sister out of a 2-story window. She falls. She had to get her spleen removed. But did Spider-Man get in trouble? Did Hollywood get in trouble for that? Because, I don't know, what's happening? Oh, let me think. Kids are seeing Spider-Man throwing web and swinging off buildings. Woohoo! But a little kid, my brother probably thought that was so real. And so he pushes my sister and he has like one of those Spider-Man toys where you fling it and then web will come out. And so he did it. Web came out, but it didn't catch my sister. So, and you know who got in trouble for that? I did. So the point of the matter is, I don't want to say we, but I've been programmed. My brother was programmed to think Spider-Man was real and the web was real and he can catch my sister, and he didn't. So Spider-Man has been around in my brain for a very long time. But then, Liberty High School, red, white, and blue. Liberty, liberation, freedom. And it doesn't even matter what state you're in. Freedom internally in here, or country you're in. In here, freedom. Freedom that you don't need permission to create, to breathe, to move, to blink, right? So, I'm like going through all of the things, and one of my favorite movies when I was growing up was Rocky. And I always thought Rocky was really cool. Rocky Bowie. And like the robe, the stars, the whole shebang. And I feel like this playground is our arena, our battlefield. Like we have to look at ourselves. Oh shit, there's some things that I gotta work on. And that's why I love it, because this is a mirror reflection, a mirror dialogue, so to speak. And so I'm thinking about, okay, the colors, Spider-Man. And then ideally, my router suits, these are just like temporarily. We all have to start somewhere, hence why I'm making this content for myself. Because I want to look back and say, wow, you didn't give up. And mates, fuck, there's so many times I wanted to give up. especially when you don't get this, right? But then I realized I don't think any soul can really feel what I feel unless you've ever been in that vortex, that space of just truly letting go and not giving a crap what you look like and just connecting. That internal feeling, it literally feels like a warmth from the universe. And it's like I feel so loved. It's like a unconditional wing hug. And the queasiness I feel after, the emotion that I release, the goosebumps, the falling on the floor, all of it is beautiful. And I was thinking about like our flag here. And I guess when I first thought of like America, the good country, my brain was already doing a lot of gymnastics of just like, there's a lot of things that just don't make sense to me. Like war, violence, separation, division, feeding us crap to make us turn against each other. But our red, white, and blue, it's completely different here. It's urgent. It's an emergency. And it's urgent that we create, I feel. It's urgent that we unplug and be with ourselves and to play. Like, good God. I don't believe just because we are adults, it has to be work, 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 bills, 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 work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep, then you die. No. Anyway, so this is where we can come alive. And the soul prescription here is pretty simple. Rattle XR drip, movement, expression, release, and literally, as I was stating before, there's no long words that you can't pronounce or you need like a magnifying glass. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's just water, right? Just beautiful H2O, nothing crazy. No freaking words that you can't read on the back. No. Mm-mm. Cheers. Yesterday I was, because I'm putting a photo album together for my project, like our inner child, and it's very powerful. Just hearing my brother, my core brother that's helping me with my project, just hearing his story and hearing him shed and hearing what he has been through. And it's very, what's the word? I don't feel alone, if that makes any sense. And if there's anyone that's been through trauma, maybe you get it. Or if you've been told to suppress, maybe you get it. And yesterday I was going through my Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook in a minute, but just going through like all my pictures and just seeing all the breadcrumbs, how I would wear, I went to, what was it called? Nocturnal. It's like a mini Halloween rave. I don't know, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, give or take. And I was wearing the American flag purge mask, had a red crop top on, Daisy Dukes, of course, why not? But I've always been wearing like this American flag purge vibe for years. And it's just interesting to step back and just look at it. But not only that, I was just looking at my friends and all the good times that I had. I don't ever have any regrets because I believe everything that happened for a reason. But my friends and I was just looking at pictures of us in the limo and taking shots and throwing it back. And then looking at pictures of me, like when you just know you're shit-faced. you just know, like eyes cross-eyed and one of those. I'm just, oh my God, I cannot believe it. But am I regretting it? No, because I was able to come up with bottoms up. That's what we do here. And drink till you drop is another one. I used to say that all the freaking time. And literally, we would drink until we blacked out. But here, what we mean is drop the ego. Here, you don't have to prove anything. Your bone, your energy, your love, unconditional love. And you matter. You're seen here. So, that felt good to get off my bones. So, tomorrow, I'm back at it. I'm going to slither in here, move my body like there's no damn tomorrow. But yeah, I just want to reflect on everything I've been building, and there have been times where it's almost like this. If you ever, we'll go in different categories. First, we'll go with parents. If you've ever had a baby and you see the birth in the delivery room, you're like, oh my God, that baby is so beautiful. But wow, we created that. Or if you adopt, right? Because we're all one here. And you adopt a baby. You're like, wow, look how beautiful that baby is. And then you see, it's like planting the seed and then you're seeing the baby blossom. Or mothers, you're pregnant, and just looking at your body, how your body just changes over time. It's so just magical. It's magical that literally we are in space right now on a planet that is rotating, right? And our hearts are literally pumping and we are breathing in and out oxygen. Right? Am I the only one that just thinks like, whoa, what the fuck? Anyway, with that being said, that tells me, okay, we are powerful. And we don't need permission from our neighbor. We don't need permission from TikTok, our partner, our spouse, our friend. No. If you truly love something, if you have that burning desire in your soul and you can't live without it, do it. And I can't live without creating. I love it. And that's why I can do it all day and not get tired. Anyway, this was my own reflection of just saying congratulations, Snake. You didn't give up. Even when days were hard, you still showed up. And maybe there's just a soul that's in the same situation that I'm in. Was it hard walking away from nursing? Yes, absolutely yes. But I feel like when you are awakened, you really look at things at a different perspective, at a 360 awareness. And the awareness is the liability in nursing and healthcare. Anything that has a license is liability. Even driving a car. I don't even like driving that much anymore because a liability. And I don't feel healthcare is fair. I feel it's a freaking death zone. Just to put it in perspective, you are taking care of a human life. A human life. And the fact that, for my own personal reflection, the fact that you have to run around, look for equipment, short staff, don't get paid your value, no thanks. But then you see other souls literally doing what they love and they're getting paid millions. Help me understand. It's like, I feel like once I awoken, everything has just literally flipped upside down. It's just interesting. And if you are awake, maybe you get what I'm saying, but it's just wild. And here, I'm not a guru. I'm literally a patient of my own medicine. Rattle XR drip. I'm not here to fix anyone because here we're not broken. We're already whole and complete and divine. But yeah, I just wanted to reflect on what this is. This is a playground. But not just any playground that you see normally. This is the ER playground, embodied release playground, where we can just move and play and be creative, but also heal. And I truly believe, this is my own personal reflection, I truly believe when you start showing up for yourself day and day and day and day, and you start working on yourself, eventually you start to see, oh shit, I don't need to be with someone that treats me like shit. I don't need to be at a job that doesn't understand my value. That's how I woke up. Just the constant of just looking at myself in the mirror, knowing what's true, shedding what isn't. And that's what we do here. Yeah? All right, mates, that's my reflection story for the day, for Sunday, yeah. Tomorrow, I'm going to move, I'm going to play. And I just want to say thank you for the love. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. I see you. I truly do. And hopefully you see your beautiful self as well. Because here, I just wanted to create a space where everyone is welcomed. And there's no violence, there's no war, there's no separation, there's no hatred. Is there a place where that actually exists? Maybe here. Let's just hope for that. Yeah. Hint to why I don't like reading the comments, because it's hate. It's suppression's right there, right in front of our eyes, and I witnessed it enough. If you are literally doing your own thing, it's kind of like this. Watching a football game, you're screaming at this green dot, the TV, and do you really think these football players can hear you? No. Do you really think you're watching a horror movie and you're like, oh my God, don't go in there? They can't hear you. So, the point of that is, if you are in your own element, your own space, and someone, Venom, is saying, what's in your fridge, bro, no, what the F am I witnessing, this is the best one, do something productive with your life. What do you call moving my body? What do you call that? Just saying. So that just goes to show it's not ours to carry, it's just a mirror, and that's why I love the mirror work, right? It's kind of like you are what you eat, and here we say, well, you are what you speak, right? So, that being said, I'm going to slither off and I'll probably go for a run and check on my dog, Brody. Brody! I gotta go check on him. Here where we live, we have a lot of coyotes. And I'm really trying this thing where I don't live my life in fear. But Brody's a tiny little thing. I think he's in the house. Brody. Oh yeah, I put him up. Fuck. Because I'm going to go for a run. It's a beautiful day here to be alive. Look at this. All right, mates. What a fun reflection. Thank you for being here. Rattlebones and I. Oh, that's Rattlebones wants to say bye. All right. And then I'm going to go for a run. And if you were here in the OR, thank you. And if you vibe, consider becoming a rattler. Now, what do I do with Rattlebones? Son of a bitch. My brain's scattered. Hold that down. All right. See ya. Later. Much love.